Good morning, my dear friends. In the last class, we referred by discussing elaboratively the concept of tax invoice followed by e-invoice, and we highlighted the tax invoice chapter provisions by inviting the attention on the part of revised invoice, consolidated invoice, and so on. Also, we referred in the last class e-way bill concept. Now I am referring to you a new chapter, returns under the GST applicable for our coming CA Inter, CMA Inter, CS executives of May 2025 or June 2025 exam onwards. Sir, why we should know the returns? What is the returns concept? You being a taxpayer, you are going to pay the tax. The tax can be paid only by submission of the returns. Meaning thereby, once you obtain the registration certificate from GST RDG 06, whether you provide the services or you supply the goods or not, as long as you are holder of valid registration number, you bound to submit returns periodically. The periodicity of the returns submission monthly wise for few taxpayers, for specified taxpayers quarterly filed a return, meaning thereby the return filing either on monthly basis or on quarterly basis. Already you understand a concept of composition scheme. The taxpayer paying the tax at 0.5% CGST, 0.5% GST, like that we understood, am I right? Such a composition taxpayer paying the tax and composition scheme, for him, payment of tax law permitted to pay on quarterly basis. As you are aware of that, already we discussed in the composition scheme, a composition taxpayer filing the return for payment of tax form GST CMP 08. CMP 08. What is the due date? Quarterly once on or before 18th of the following month from the end of the relevant quarter. For April, May, June, due date of file the CMP 08 is 18th of July. If you take October, November, December, what is the due date? CMP 08. Speak out, please. Due date, 18th December. Excellent. If I ask you April, May, June quarter starts from 1st of April and ends every 3 months once. And in a financial year, there are 4 quarters starting from 1st April and end on 31st of March, as you are aware of that. If I ask you July, August, September, second quarter of a financial year, CMP 08, due date, please. Speak out. Second quarter of the financial year, CMP 08, due date. Empa. 18th October. When the quarter ends, July, September, July, August, September is second quarter. The quarter ends September. By next month means October. Do not think. Directly you can speak out by moment. You listen the point. You have to speak out the answer. So, second quarter of the financial year, 18th October, rightly you said. If I ask you, first quarter of the year, due date for CMP 08, 18th July, not 8th July. 08 is a CMP. CMP 08 is a written form. That should be submitted by composition taxpayer by 18th of the following month. This is not a new point. Already we discussed it a number of times when I refer the composition scheme. Am I right? Further, when you refer, sir, any person who paying the tax apart from composition taxpayer, any other taxpayer are eligible to file the return on quarterly basis. Now, the law permitted them in the name of QRMP scheme. In the name of QRMP, quarterly return, monthly payment option one is there. You want to file the return quarterly, permitted to file with one particular option. QRMP option, QRMP scheme. Again, I'm telling you, optional scheme, not a compulsion scheme. Sir, when the QRMP scheme is optional, sir, only when your aggregate turnover in a financial year, that is the previous financial year, for example, not exceeded rupees 5 crores. QRMP option is basically optional scheme, which is not a compulsorily applied at any circumstances. This scheme, QRMP scheme, is only when your aggregate turnover in the previous year less than or equal to 5 crores. How to determine the 5 crores, sir? 5 crores can be determined based on section 2, subsection 6 of the GST Act, aggregate turnover, where the GST taxes should not be included. Is there no page number? Page number solunga please. Empa page number solunga. Returns under chapter 400, 399. But this slide, what is I'm showing on the screen? A taxpayer asking, hey, Mr. Accountant, tell me, GST council, tell me, am I eligible to file the return quarterly? Why should monthly? So hardship for me. Then you can simply ask as a consultant, hey, Mr. Taxpayer, what is your aggregate turnover in the previous year? Sir, 3.5 crores, sir. 3.5 crore means 3 crores 50 lakhs, meaning 350 lakhs. You are a trader? Yes, sir. Okay. You cannot opt composition scheme because you exceeded threshold limit for registration. Exceeded threshold limit for composition scheme. Composition maximum how much? 1 crore 50 lakhs. But you are telling us 3 crores 50 lakhs. So you cannot go for composition scheme. Okay, sir. Still I want to go for filing the return quarterly. Yes, QRMP scheme is eligible for you. But be careful. QRMP permitted to file the return quarterly does not mean that payment of tax quarterly, unlike of composition scheme. For a composition taxpayer is filing the return quarterly and paying the tax also quarterly. You get my point? Whereas a QRMP taxpayer opted the scheme, since he is eligible for the scheme, opt in that case. In that case specifically, he is permitted to file the return quarterly but must strictly pay the tax on monthly. Sir, how it works out? I will explain to you now. When can I opt this scheme? QRMP scheme, step 1. When can opt? My turnover not exceeded 5 crores in the previous year. Is clear. Now, when can I opt? When can I opt? When can I opt this scheme? When can I opt? Here they mention, the law says, QRMP scheme can be opted by a registered person. RP means registered person can opt in any for for any quarter from first of second month of the preceding quarter to the last day of the first month of the quarter. Second month of the preceding quarter, first day of the second month of the preceding quarter to the last day of the first month of the quarter. How to understand this? Very simple, my dear sir. One example I will bring to your notice with some numerics. See, for example, in the given case, Mr. Raj is being registered person, RP na? Registered person under GST. Previous year turnover, let us say 3 crore 50 lakhs. In that case, can you tell me Raj has the option to claim QRMP scheme? Yes. So, option to pay GST under QRMP, quarterly return monthly payment scheme is available. In fact, Mr. Raj wants to opt it. Question here. When can opt this scheme? So, previous year turnover, in the sense, I will say that financial year, previous year financial year for them is, for example, 2024 and 25. In that previous year, 3.5 crores. When can opt? Thus, last is the first month of the second quarter. The first month of the second quarter, the first day of the second month of the previous quarter to the last date of the first month of the quarter. So, now in the given case, see, current quarter. What is the current quarter? In the financial year 2025-26, in the current quarter, they want to opt the particular composition, this QRMP scheme. In that case, time limit is starting from first day of second month of the previous quarter. Means current quarter April, May, June. Am I right? Current quarter here is, I will say that April to June. Is clear, sir? In that, when can opt means he can opt first day of the second month of the previous quarter. First of a Feb 2025 to the last day of the first month of the quarter. The last day of the first month of the quarter. 30th April. So, during the period, you can say that during the period from 1st February 2025 to 30th April 2025, Mr. Raj can opt QRMP scheme. Let us see. Is clear? He opted, sir, after the QRMP scheme. So, QRMP scheme is effective from first quarter of the financial year 25-26, from 1st April 2025. Is it clear, my dear friends? Any difficulty in the given case? I am developing numeric example for the QRMP scheme by bringing the provisions one by one. Now you tell me, Mr. Raj, in the current financial year 25-26 is under QRMP scheme? Yes. Now, Raj asking you, hey GST consultant, tell me to me, in that case, what is the due date of filing monthly return? Mean to say, due date of filing quarterly return, because for me I want to file return quarterly. That's why I opted the scheme. So I want to know quarterly return filing due date. Okay. In that case, the law here says, Mr. Raj, registered person GST. Mr. Raj, registered person GST. Where he registered? Sir, Mr. Raj is registered, let us say, in Tamil Nadu. Mr. Raj belongs to Tamil Nadu. You get my point? So, registered in Tamil Nadu. In that case, due date is different for filing the quarterly return from the place where he registered compared to other place. If I say Bihar, different place, different state. What they have did here is, they grouped taxpayers into two groups broadly. As long as GST are 1, as you are aware of that, output tax liability for the quarter. You get my point, sir? GST 1 is a output tax liability. What do you mean by output tax liability? What is GSTR 1, sir? Listen to me. I am Mr. Raj, belongs to Tamil Nadu. Yes, in Tamil Nadu. In the month of April 2025, in the month of May 2025, in the month of June 2025, for that quarter, I have supplied almost all 3 sales I made. How many sales I made? 3 sales. April month, I supplied 10 lakhs worth of the goods. Thereafter, May month, I supplied 20 lakhs worth of the goods. June month, I supplied 30 lakhs worth of the goods. You get my point? Now, I will say here, the first quarter, April to June 2025, turnover, I will say here, April month, turnover. Let us say, April month turnover here, my dear, as I told you, 10 lakh. Is clear, sir? Likewise, May month turnover, let us say here is 20 lakh. Raj given the report to you. Consider it is my turnover. So June month turnover, let us say in the given case it is 30 lakhs. 30 lakh. So total turnover for that quarter, how much, Amma? 60 lakhs. You are rightly said 60 lakhs. Now, for the entire quarter is first quarter of the financial year, I opted a QRMP scheme. When I can file the return for this? Means when I should file the return. Return means what? I made a supplies department. I am going to pay the tax to you on this. Am I right or not? So here rate of GST. GST applied commonly 18%. Then on 10 lakhs how much comes? 1 lakh 80,000. Thereafter Tell me, 3 lakh 60,000. Are you with me to understand it? Thereafter, on 60 lakhs, how much? 5 lakh 40,000. So, is the way in which I have with me the liability. Now, you tell me in the given case, what is the total liability? Total tax liability. Total tax liability how much? 10 lakh 80,000. Is clear, bro? Any difficulty up to this summer? I made a supply, for which I have to pay the GST or not? You tell me. You have to speak out. Simply sit now, I will go away. You cannot sit simply. For you, I presenting by coming down to the ground level. Ground level presentation it is. You have to speak out. Self speak out. Loudly speak out in the live class. Then only I will take you into account. I will proceed. I am going in one direction. You are going to other direction. We won't match. We both in the same direction. You hold my finger and come along with me. I will take you to the place. The place name is called success. Otherwise, don't choose the Rafi Sir class. Rafi Sir class is a unique class. That's it. There is no question of not understanding the subject. Whatever topic you take in indirect taxes, you will understand. I am guaranteed for that. For which, not required intelligence. Just come and sit in the class and listen. Enough. I will take care. You have to speak out. If you incorrectly speak out, I will rectify as your good best friend. If you say correctly, I will appreciate you like anything. Now, am I liable to pay GST or not? Yes or no? Raj asking, consultant, tell me how much my liability for the given quarter? 10 lakh. Now, consultant says, Mr. Raj, 10 lakh 80 rupees is the liability you have to pay. I am asking. Raj is asking, consultant, can I pay quarterly once this amount? 10 lakh 80,000? Losses. Sorry, Mr. Consultant said, sorry. It cannot be paid quarterly. You only said no. Quarterly filing return. Return only filing quarterly. But payment is a monthly. The scheme what you opted a QRMP. MP means what? Monthly payment. Is clear? Okay. In that case, I have to file the return monthly? No. Only payment monthly. Quarterly only file return. Now, what is the due date for filing the return quarterly? What is the due date for filing the return quarterly? The due date is mentioned here very clearly for a kind consideration is as follows here, sir. Due date of filing the returns are as follows. For registered person opted for QRMP, first you have to file GST R1 return. What is the GST R1 return? Filing the return with the help of system software, GST network portal. No manual filing of return. It's very clear. Manual filing of return is ruled out. Now, whatever I supplied being a Raj, April month, May month, June month, that is one quarter. Technically, we call that quarter as tax period. Speak out. What is the tax period? The period for which tax liable to pay. Now, you are in a QRMP. For the quarter, you have to pay the tax. Sir, I'm a composition scheme, sir. For a quarter, you are liable to pay tax. Sir, I'm a taxpayer, not under composition scheme. I have not opted QRMP scheme, sir. Then you have to pay the tax monthly. So, The tax period for me is month. Tax period is the period for which you are liable to pay the tax. Is known as tax period. Now, in the given case for Raj, tax period April, May, June, for that quarter, he has to pay the tax. For payment of tax to department, first and foremost, Mr. Taxpayer, you should file form GST R1 return. That return under QRMP scheme, you permitted to file quarterly. The due date to file it is 13th day of the succeeding month of such tax period. Now, I said tax period. Means what? Speak out quickly. Tax period means the period for which liable to pay tax is called tax period. If that is the case, for me, Raj asking, what is the tax period? First quarter of the financial year, April, May, June. That quarter, I am going to file the return. What return? First you have to file GSTR1 return. Raj asking, what do you mean by GSTR1 return? What is it is, sir? GSTR1 return is nothing but you are disclosing your supplies which has been taken place during the tax period. Taxable supply of goods, what you supplied means sold. Whatever supply of exempted goods, whatever you supply of non-taxable supplies, whatever you supplied, let us say you might have been supplied the supply, namely reasons other than the supply, means what is not a supply. These all the informations should be disclosed in the return. Meaning what? Taxable supply you are showing, exempt supply you are showing, non-taxable supply you are showing, followed by you are showing here in the given case the transactions invoice wise you are going to show. Sir, if I look the content of GST1 return, then I will come to know to some extent, sir. In that case, I am bringing to a notice first and foremost GSTR1 return structure. That will be more crystal clear to make you understand further here. Form GSTR1 return. Details of outward supply of goods or services. Outward supplies. For which period supply? For a tax period. What is a tax period? The period for which you are liable to pay tax. For few of them, monthly. For few of them, quarterly. In that case, QRMP scheme wala, Mr. Raj should file GST1 return first. Step 1, filing of GST1 return. For that return, he is going to be filed quarterly once by 13th of the following month from the end of the relevant quarter. Now tell me, Raj asking, hey, Mr. Consultant, tell me what is my due date to file the GSTR1 quarterly under QRMP scheme for the first quarter of the financial year, April, May, June. Tell me. 13th July. That's it. They're not going to come in the exam as MCQ questions, amma. Each and every point of mine, every word of mine has merit in the exam. Keeping the examination requirement only I am presenting. You get my point? Now, once you know this tax period and GST return, first step should file. Here, what are the items you have to disclose? Here they said, outward supply, sir. outward supplies. Here invoice wise details. Invoice wise details. I made 3 invoices, for example, in the given case, Raj, April month 1 invoice, May month 1 invoice, June month 1 invoice. That should be shown. Invoice wise. Wait, I will come to this point. Further, what information should be disclosed here? If you refer, they said here in one case, supplies to registered person, namely B to B. Thereafter, here outward supply interstate level to unregistered persons, B to C. Further, even you see here, supplies attracting reverse charge or supplies made through e-commerce operators. Whatever supplies you supplied, supplies attract reverse charge. Thereafter, outward supplies other than made through e-commerce operator. Thereafter, supplies made through e-commerce operator. Furthermore, zero rated supply, deemed export supply, taxable supplies where the debit note has been issued, for which liable to pay the tax. The details. That means in the last class I told no, the supplier issue the invoice, tax invoice, later on want to increase the price, revise the price, for which he issuing what again? Debit note. I said or not? Debit note in that GST is eligible as ITC to the recipient. Have I said or not? So debit note details should be shown. Debit note details also should show here. If he issue the credit note details. Now, even nil rated supply which is basically exempted, also have to show. You get my point, sir? In the nil rated supply, they are given 3 categories. You see, 1, nil rated supply means exempted supply. Exempted other than nil rated, other than non-GST apply. Non-GST apply. For example, other than nil rate and other than non-GST apply. Meaning what? I sold alcohol liquor meant for human consumption. In the first class of us, we discussed it is a non-taxable supply, GST not apply. Understand or not? Thereafter, here non-GST applies. Meaning what here? Non-GST applies. For example, I sold the goods already to a customer, washing machine, by charging the GST, I paid the GST. During the warranty period, that buyer returned back to me that machinery for repair, where is a free of cost. I did the repair and giving back to my supplier at a later date in another month. So I made a supply. The supply to my buyer, what type of supply? After repaired during the warranty period, the goods has been returned back. It is an excellent example for the term called as reasons other than supply. Reasons other than supply. Am I right or not? For which EVA will be required or not? If the value exceeds rupees 50,000, EVA will be required. You are not going to issue the invoice. You are not going to issue the invoice. But what happened here? EVA bill shows the value. Your books of accounts turnover shows a different value. Here what happened? The books of account value lesser than the total EVA bill values in a financial year. Am I right or not? Mismatching? Yes or no? To avoid that mismatching, If you report that in the GST1 return as a non-GST apply case, non-GST apply, if you show here that values, then your GST1 return cumulatively in a financial year, quarterly means 4 returns, that sum of financial year will match with the sum of e-way bill portal where you issued the e-way bills. Both are matching, no discrepancy. Department won't disturb you at all. You get my point? So, my intention not to bring advanced concepts here. My intention to bring here is the content of GST1 return. What it stands for? It stands for payment outward supplies. The supply attract GST. The supply attract exemption. The supply attract non-GST. All these informations you supplied during a tax period. For a tax period, in the given case, quarter is a tax period, April, May, June. For the entire quarter transaction should be incorporate. Where? GST1 return. Step 1, first and foremost, you file the GST1 return. Now, come to the point here. If you refer here, in the given case, Mr. Raj is going to file the return quarterly once. So, GSTR1 for the entire quarter means for the tax period, these details must be incorporate in the GST1 return, which is what? A outward supply. What is the due date to file the return? There you are. Excellent. Due date 13th July, succeeding month. You are right, Amma. Speak out. Is clear, bro? Any difficulty? Now, have I paid the tax? Not pay the tax. I shown my liability in the return. My outward supply is so much. I am liable to so much to pay. Department, I'm intimating you. I'm going to pay the tax. Through which form I have intimated? From GSTR1 return. Is clear? Now, Raj says, I filed the return, GST1 return. If so, when should I pay the tax? GST consultant said, already you paid the tax first 2 months of the quarter on or before the due dates, because I have taken care to pay that. Means you being a QRMP taxpayer should pay the tax monthly. Look here, when you paid the tax monthly, Raj asked to consultant, consultant replied, for this, whatever you're going to show in this return, already I paid the tax. Here, GST1 is what? Step 1. GST1 is what? Filing the return, step 1. Is clear? Now, here, already paid the tax. On behalf of you, Mr. Raj, from my pocket I paid. Consultant says, oh, very good, sir. When you paid, sir, may I know the due date of a payment of tax for the given case on monthly basis? Consultant said, for the first 2 months, of the quarter, on or before 25th of the following month. Tell me, 25th of the following month. Now, for April month, for part number 1, for April 2025, what is the tax liability coming here? You know, tax liability. I notice, no. Tell me, bro. How much? 1,80,000. That liability I paid. When you paid, sir, please let me know. Means the due date 25th May 2025. I paid, sir. Using the form GST, PMT. PMT na payment 06 is a challan, payment challan. Payment challan lama, revenue department. Okay, first month over. I paid. Due date epo 25th of May. I paid for 25th of May. On that date, 25th of May is what? Due date. Can you agree with me? Due date is 25th of May. I paid by next month. Likewise, second case for May 2025, my liability to pay, how much is there? 3,60,000 paid. When? 25th? Yes, there you are. Excellent, Amma. By using GST, PMT 06 payment challan it is. I paid. Are you getting my point? Is clear? First 2 months I paid. Now, June month, last month of the quarter, I have to pay by next month, correct? By the time due date of filing the return also comes into picture. Due date of filing the return. Now look in the screen. GST 1 due date is when? 13th July. Is clear? In 13th July, on the particular date, I filed the return, GST 1 return. By showing my total liability, how much? Total 10 lakh 80,000. I shown breakup in the GST 1 return, correct? Now, step 2, law required to say here, step 2. You have to file now GST or 3B. That is very important return. To remit payment of taxes, whatever not paid so far. You get my point? In the GST 1 return, how much shown? 10,80,000. First 2 months of the quarter, you paid 1,80,000, 3,60,000. And the balance left over, how much is there to pay? 5 lakh. Part is payoff by filing GST 3B return. Is clear? What is the due date of filing the GST 3B return for a quarterly filing return, monthly paying tax person? Means the states and UTs grouped into 2 groups here. You get my point, sir? You belongs to which state? Raj. You belongs to which state? Tamil Nadu. If so, look here. For Tamil Nadu case is considered GST 3B return due date எப்போ வரும் quarterly தான். Then taxpayers who are residing place of business in the state of 1 Chhattisgarh, 2 Madhya Pradesh, Gujarat, Maharashtra, Karnataka, Goa, Kerala, Tamil Nadu, Telangana, Andhra Pradesh, Union Territories of Daman and Diu and Dadar Nagar Haveli, Puducherry, namely Pondicherry, Andaman and Nicobar Islands, or Lakshadweep. In these states or UTs you are having the place of business, for you Due date of filing the GSTR 3B is 22nd day of the month succeeding such quarter. Is it clear? Remaining the other states of our India, the taxpayers supposed to be pay the tax by filing the GSTR 3B. Due date of filing the GSTR 3B, not 2B, GSTR 3B return due date for the rest of the states is 24th day of the month succeeding such quarter. You get my point? Now, knowing this, if you come and refer here, in the given case, you tell me GST 3B due date 22nd July. Very good. Which is step 2. Correct, Amma? Step 2. Step 2. You are going to file GSTR 3B. Now, in the given case, as you rightly told me, the due date in the given case here for April to June. For April to June, due date to file the GST 3B is what date? 22nd of July. While filing that, pay the tax. Pay the tax using GST, PMT challan, payment of tax challan, and pay the amount, whatever not paid so far. How much not paid so far? 5,40,000 you pay off. You get my point? The due date is 22nd, because 22nd is the due date to file GST 3B comes into picture. While filing the GST 3B, pay the tax. You get my point? Any doubt here? Now from this, what do you understand? What do you understand? Monthly, paid the tax, file the return quarterly. See here, GST 3B return when I filed 22nd July 2025. You get my point? So, GST 1 return, only one I filed. GST 3B, also one only I filed. For the tax period, April to June, GST 1 return, 13th of July I filed. GST 3B, step 2, payment of tax, 22nd of July I filed. Means paid tax department. Got the clarity? Got the clarity? Now, here amendments taken place. For the coming exam, May 2025 CA Inter, May 2025 CA Inter, followed by June 2025 CS Executives and CM Inter. Amendments taken place. What amendment means? Raj asking, hey consultant, tell me, can I file the return GST 3B directly without filing the GST 1 return? Last says, no, not possible. Unless until you file the GST 1 return for the tax period, the GST 3B not permitted to file. Sir, previous quarter GSTR 1 return I filed, sir, but in the previous quarter GSTR 3B not filed, sir. In the current quarter, can I file the GSTR 1 return? Previous quarter GSTR 1 return I filed, but previous quarter GSTR 3B not filed. In the current quarter, I want to file the GSTR 1 return. Is allowed? Last is not allowed. Why, sir? In the previous quarter, I filed GST 1 return. No, sorry. Have you filed the GST 3B in the previous quarter? No. is now sequential order. Previous quarter, GST 1 return filed. Then previous quarter, GST 3B you should file. Then only in the current quarter, GST 1 return will be open for you. Once you file the GST 1 return, for that quarter, GST 3B will be open for you. You get my point? This is what? In a simplified manner to say, lollipop manner to say, QRMP, quarterly return, monthly payment. Is it clear? Any difficulty? Now, I am bringing to notice certain elaborate points here. Little bit advanced concept, QRMP. Raj has two options under QRMP scheme to pay the tax first 2 months of the quarter. First 2 months of the quarter only, two options to pay the tax. What are those options? What are those methods to choose to pay the tax for the first 2 months of the quarter means? One, fixed sum method. Speak out. Fixed sum method. Other method is self-assessment method. See, is clear now? Can you proceed further? Raj, first 2 months he paid no tax. Here, April month paid, followed by May month paid. For the 2 months of the quarter, if you are going to pay the tax, there are two methods are available. One method is called what? Fixed sum method. Name itself fixed sum method. The other one here is called as self-assessment method. Self-assessment method. There are two different methods. Which one you like, you can choose and pay. Under fixed sum method, what is a fixed sum is prescribed by the law to pay for the first 2 months of the quarter. For the first two months of the quarter. Any quarter you take, you take third quarter of the financial year. Means October, November, December. First 2 months, October, November. Like that. First 2 months of the quarter, you have to pay by 25th of following month or not tax on monthly basis. For that, two methods. Fixed sum method, self-assessment method. Under the fixed sum method, there are 2 points. Under this, there are 2 points. Under this category, there are two things are there. Straight வந்து நில்லு பண்ணி cross போற Now, here there are two methods. Furthermore, two points prescribed. Here, fixed sum. How much? 35% is a fixed sum. Here, 100% fixed sum. Under the two sub points. How much, Amma? 35%. Other one is a 100% of fixed sum. Here, 35% when we come, previously, previous quarter paid tax quarterly. Paid tax quarterly. Ama sir, previous quarterly payment panna sir. Then, how much you paid by electronic cash ledger? Sir, total due. Total tax due. How much total tax due? For example, previous quarter. Let us say, I will increase it. So, total tax. How much due here means, let us say, total tax means total tax for the quarter, previous quarter. Which quarter referring here? April, May, June. Current quarter? Previous quarter? Jan, February, March. So here, previous quarter, sir, there was liability. How much? 12 lakhs. There is ITC claimed. Eligible to claim or not? Eligible. He is not a composition scheme taxpayer. You get my point? Eligible. ITC. ITC, how much claims, sir, here? So ITC claimed here is, let us say, 2 lakhs, sir. Let us say 2 lakhs. Thereafter, paid by cash. Paid by cash. In the previous quarter, how much paid, sir? 10 lakhs. So now 35% is on 10 lakhs is equal to how much? Fixed sum. 3 lakh? 3,50,000. 3,50,000. So 3,50,000 nothing but a fixed sum to pay for the first 2 months of the quarter. Are you getting my point? Sir, what do you mean this? By 25th May, pay how much? 3,50,000. Thereafter, 25th June, pay how much? 3,50,000. Irrespective of the actual liability of the current quarter. Is clear? Total how much paid? Total paid how much? 7 lakhs. So, listen to me. You come along with me. Do not run away. 7 lakhs. You are right. 7 lakhs, bro. Is clear? Any difficulty, my dear friends? First 2 months over paid. What about 100%, sir? Sir, this 100% concept is going to come only when previously, instead of paying quarterly, you paid the tax on monthly basis. Previously, you paid the tax on monthly basis. Previous tax, previous quarter, paid tax, monthly paid tax. Previous period, you paid tax monthly, not quarterly paid. Okay. Previous month, immediately preceding the previous month, April month, June, July, current quarter, immediately preceding the month of the quarter means which quarter? March. So, sir, he says March 2025, tax paid. How much you pay the tax? Let us say, pay the tax is, for example, I'm telling you, 8 lakhs. 8 lakhs you pay the tax, sir? Yes, sir. Then, in that case, I am presenting also simultaneously for your kind consideration this provision for your kind consideration. Sir, from where you are getting these values? You get a doubt. To avoid that your doubts, I am presenting here. See, fixed sum method. Due date to pay for the first 2 months, 25th day of the succeeding month. Form GST PMT 06, challan to pay the tax. Now, succeeding month, what at 35% of the tax paid in cash in the preceding quarter, where the return was furnished quarterly. Return furnished quarterly. If so, return furnished quarterly na previous quarter, how much you paid tax by entering cash ledger after input tax credit. In the given example, I refer to you how much? It is, how much I said? 7 lakh, 10 lakhs I paid. And 10 lakhs I paid, said 10 lakhs. If 10 lakhs means 35% equal to 3.5 lakhs. So 3.5 lakhs and 3.5 lakhs. For the first 2 months you pay by 25th of the following month. Is clear? Otherwise, 100% is or otherwise 100% of the tax paid in cash in the last month of the immediately preceding the quarter where the return furnished monthly. So from this what to understand here? Come here. Here previous return filed monthly or quarterly? Return filed monthly. Return filed monthly. If so, immediately preceding the month of the quarter means March month. March month tax paid how much? 8 lakhs. If the tax paid 8 lakh here means 2025 they paid the tax on monthly basis where they filed the return monthly. Filing the previous quarter return filed monthly. Paid tax monthly. In that case, how much paid immediately preceding the month of a quarter? March month, 8 lakhs paid. If so, now take into account 30 here 100%, not 35%. 100% of rupees 8 lakh is equal to how much comes here? 8 lakhs. If that is the case, my dear, first 2 months of the quarter, namely for April, 25th of May, how much I have to pay? 8 lakhs. 8 lakhs. Then 25th of June, how much I have to pay? 8 lakhs. A fixed sum, because I am referring what? After all, fixed sum method. Have understood? Sir, self-assessment method, sir, I want not the fixed sum, sir. Who will be getting the remembrance of the percentages, sir? Apriya, are you sure? Yes, sir. I want to go self-assessment, sir. Self-assessment is a unique one. Near to actuals. Under self-assessment method, simple. Which month you are referring to pay the tax? April month. So, for April 2025, you know, actual tax, let us say, which is 12 lakh, less ITC for that month, April. Why 12 lakhs? You will get confused. I will make here as a 20 lakhs. Is okay. Do not have duplication. So 20 lakhs. In that 20 lakhs, I am tax liable to pay output tax. I have ITC. Let us say, how much? 8 lakhs. Then pay tax by cash. How much? Tell me, bro. 12 lakhs. So in that case, I will simply say that here 12 lakhs I am going to pay by electronic cash ledger. That is using PMT, GST, PMT 06. What is the due date to pay? 25th May 2025. How much paid? 12 lakhs. 12 lakhs paid. Get my point? Any difficulty? With that month is over. Actual basis, that month is over. Now coming to for month of which month? April, May month. Correct? You have to come for May month. For May 2025. For May 2025. For that month, actual tax for that month. April month you might have been, May month you provide the supply of goods services. You know, liability. That liability. Let us say rupees 18 lakhs. Then that month you have what? If any ITC, let us say 10 lakh, pay tax by cash. How much? 8 lakhs. Then using the form GST, PMT, PMT 06 is clear. Due date to pay 25th June 2025. Rupees 8 lakhs paid. So from this what do you understand? First 2 months of the quarter, by 25th of the following month you paid or not? On actual basis. It's called what? Self-assessment method. Either you want to go fixed sum method or either you want to go to self-assessment method, is left to you at your option. Sir, in a quarter, for 1 month, I will go fixed sum method. In a same quarter, second month, I will go self-assessment method. Go, no problem. Law not restricting you. But ensure that to pay the tax by 25th of following month, if there is a liability. If there is a liability. Is clear? Now, Raj asking, sir, in that case, under the self-assessment method, there is a difficulty arises, sir. Actually, 35% of the previous quarter tax paid by returning cash ledger when return filed quarterly, that is a provisional amount, correct? Provisional amount, not actual tax to pay. But actual tax to pay, I came to know for the current quarter by the end of the 30th of June is, let us say, here 10 lakhs 80,000, correct? 10 lakhs 80,000. But in the first 2 quarters of the period, how much I paid? 3.5, 3.5. Total how much I paid? 7 lakhs. By the end of the quarter, I came to know to pay 10 lakhs. 10 lakhs 80 is liable to pay. But so far I paid how much? Now, have you paid something on or before the due date on monthly basis? I paid something, sir. The balance how much you are able to pay? Now you pay by filing GST 3B return by 22nd of the July. Whatever shortfall, you are goodbye. Sir, for example, I paid first 2 months of the first quarter. Instead of 3.5 lakhs, I paid 1 lakh. 1 lakh. How much I paid then? 2 lakhs I paid. Liable to pay how much? 10 lakhs? 80 rupees. The difference how much? 8 lakh 80 rupees. You pay by 25th of the 22nd of the July. Goodbye. Is clear? That means no delay payment of GST taking place. No delay payment of GST. Sir, I paid 25th of May, 0. 25th of June, I paid 0. 0 you paid. Liable to pay how much? Supposed to pay under fixed sum method 3.5 lakhs, 3.5 lakhs. I paid 0 and 0. That means monthly required to pay, but you not paid. You are liable for punishment. Means interest penalties will come. You get my point? Get my point? So, is the scheme has been introduced for those taxpayers whose turnover in the previous year not exceeds 5 crores. They have option in the current year to choose QRMP. If they choose, liable to pay monthly, return filing quarterly. What return they have to file? Step 1. Step 1. GSTR 1 return. Due date 13th of the following month from the end of the loan quarter. In the case of step 2, GSTR 3B, they have to file quarterly by 22nd of the following month from the end of the loan quarter for few states. For few states, 24th of the following month from the end of the relevant quarter. Is clear? Quarterly or fine written? Monthly paying tax by taking the help of dash fixed sum method, if not a self-assessed method, as you like manner. If you understand, the QRMP scheme is completed for you.